So, I guess now that, GLaDOS has a conscience and Whitley is gone, then all is well.
You're all right.
Those two little robots are actually
Carolyn taught me a valuable lesson.
characters that you play
I thought
during
you were my greatest enemy.
the co-op.
All along, you were my best friend. The surge of emotion that shot through me when I saved your life taught me an even more valuable lesson. Where Carolyn lives in my brain.
So she really was Carolyn.
Goodbye, Carolyn. You know, deleting Carolyn just now taught me a valuable lesson. The best solution to a
That's not
problem is
good.
usually the easiest one. And I'll be honest, killing you is hard. You know what my days used to be like? I just tested. Nobody murdered me, or put me in a potato,
Is that
or fed me to
more
birds.
preferable than
I had a
testing?
pretty good life.
I guess it
And
is.
then you showed up. You dangerous, mute lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go.
Oh. Okay.
It's been fun. Don't come back.
Where exactly are you sending me? Somehow I don't trust this. Door. Oh hey, turrets. Who apparently aren't killing me. What's this? That's certainly not what I expected. Apparently there's a spot in the game, at least one spot, maybe more, where you can see normal turrets doing that during the game, but I couldn't remember where it is, so... Oh well. If you want, I'm sure it's easy enough to find on YouTube. And imagine that, you're already on YouTube if you're watching this. I guess turrets are fans of opera as well as mass murder. Not what I would expect it, but whatever. Do I get to go outside for real this time? I mean, I guess I was outside for real last time, but I got dragged back in. Who knows how long I was there. Hey, the companion cube. Well, thanks. Okay. And now this time around, unlike there is another song this time around, but it's not quite as good as Still Alive. So I figure I'll actually talk through this one because I've actually got more to say this time around. So my thoughts on Portal 2. I said with the first one that I basically thought that it was the closest I've ever played to a perfect game, and I pretty much stand by that. The only thing that I think is really wrong with the first game is it's pretty short, and I mean even that you can kind of excuse. You know, if you like a game enough that you think that you would want more of it, then that's almost a good thing. In the case of Portal 2, all of the additions that they made to the game I think work really well. Like the funnels and the light bridges and the different gels, they all work really well. I mean, both on their own and combined with the other Portal mechanics that are already existing, and they will make for some pretty interesting puzzles. But so I'm tempted to say Portal 2 is better, and I would say that its puzzles are definitely better. But the thing is, the game feels a lot more almost like stretched out, like they almost tried too hard to make it longer than the first game. As a result, you have a lot of really kind of pointless and annoying parts where you're like, making your way in between test chambers, and those really don't do it for me. It's like it screws the pacing all up, and like they're completely different because the challenge becomes finding the little speck of white that you can shoot to or whatever, rather than actually figuring out how the mechanics like work together with each other. You know, how you press that switch and, you know, where you want that gel to go and all that stuff. And that makes a pretty major dent in the enjoyment of the game for me. So I would say that on the whole, Portal 2 is probably an inferior game. Don't get me wrong, it's still amazing, but just not quite as good. And with that, I bid you adieu for this LP. I will catch you next time on another LP.
I wish I could take it all back. I honestly do. I honestly do wish I could take it all back. And not just because I'm stranded in space.
I'm in space.
I know you are, mate. Yeah, we're both in space. Anyway, you know, if I was ever to see her again, do you know what I'd say?
I'm in space.
I'd say, I'm sorry. Sincerely. I am sorry I was bossy and monstrous. And I am genuinely sorry.
I'm in space.
The end.